Good evening, Richmond County, and welcome to your Wednesday edition of Live at 5. I'm Russell Parker. More than 150 Special Olympics athletes competed in the Spring Games Wednesday at Raider Stadium. The annual event kicked off with a lap around the track for the opening ceremony. Helmet Police Chief T.L. McMasters, walking between Sheriff James Clemens and Rockingham Police Chief Billy Kelly, led the way carrying the torch. The county's three top cops were followed by the Army JROTC Raider Battalion Color Guard, the marching band's drumline, and the athletes, who were divided by school. Before the games got started, Hideaway Tavern owner Chris Sachs presented Special Olympics coordinator Teresa Smith with an envelope containing $9,095, which was raised during the annual Buddy Rose Memorial Ride for the Special Olympics this past weekend. The athletes competed in 4 events: jumping, softball toss, and the run-walk wheelchair race at the track. Following each event, the athletes stepped up to the pedestals to receive their medals before moving to the next station. There was also an area for the young athletes, 4 to 7-year-olds, who didn't necessarily have to be special needs to practice jumping, kicking a ball, and other activities. Smith is still looking for sponsors for the 21 athletes competing at the State Summer Games in Raleigh. Sponsorships are $50 each. The athletes will be competing May 31st through June 2nd in athletics, similar to Wednesday's games, and bowling. Richmond County and the rest of North Carolina have been spared a recent nationwide measles outbreak. County Health Director Dr. Tommy Jarrell gave an update on the disease to the Richmond County Board of Commissioners on Tuesday. Including nationwide statistics, Jarrell said measles have been eradicated in the U.S. since in 2000, but has returned in the past 10 years. According to a chart included in Jarrell's presentation, the number of U.S. cases has been up and down during this decade, spiking to 667 in 2014, dropping to 86 in 2016, and rising to 764 so far this year as of Monday morning. Measles is transmitted by direct contact with infectious droplets through the air when the infected person coughs, sneezes, or just breathes, and can be caught through the air up to 2 hours after an infected person leaves the room. The most noticeable symptom is a red rash that can stretch from head to toe. Jarrell said there are several risk factors that can contribute to the spread of measles. Those include people traveling from countries where measles is still largely present and are coming into contact with those who are not vaccinated. While Richmond County health statistics usually sway toward the negative end, that's not the case with vaccinations. According to Jarrell, the county has one of the highest vaccination rates in the state. There are only 12 students in the county school system who have not been vaccinated against measles. 10 are religious exemptions and the other 2 are health exemptions. Medical exemptions require the approval of the state health director. However, religious exemptions are easier to get, which is why there are more. Fortunately, Jarrell said the Tar Heel State hasn't had any reported cases of measles this year. More than 25 Richmond County hunters are facing misdemeanor charges for allegedly illegally killing deer during the 2017 and 2018 seasons. The Enforcement Division of the North Carolina Wildlife Resources Commission launched an investigation spanning both seasons to investigate reports of white-tailed deer being killed illegally on the Sand Hills game lands and surrounding private properties, according to a spokesman. The investigation found that 44 deer were illegally taken by members of the Sandy Ridge Hunting Club during the operation, which led to 308 alleged hunting-related crimes being detected and documented, according to wildlife officials. In addition to allegations of trespassing and illegal killing, some of the hunters are accused of failing to register their kills and falsifying information. 5 are even charged with littering. While some have only one pending charge, others are facing multiple charges, including a member who was charged with more than 40 counts. Police say they found drugs on a man who walked into a gas station with a gun on him last week. According to warrants, 2 Rockingham police officers were investigating a subject who walked into Alco number 12 on May 2nd with a firearm tucked into his waistband. When officers detained 41-year-old Eric Dwayne Lennon, they alleged that he tried to pull away from them and reach for his handgun. Officers discovered that the Taurus 9mm was stolen and also found 42 baggies of crack cocaine and 3 baggies of marijuana, according to warrants. Lennon was arrested and charged with possession of a stolen firearm, possession with intent to manufacture, sell, or deliver a controlled substance, carrying a concealed weapon, and 2 counts of resisting a public officer. He was booked into the Richmond County Jail under a $50,000 secured bond. All right, when we return, we've got your Live at 5 weather report. It's coming up right after the break, so stay tuned.
At Richmond Community College, we can prepare you for a high-skill, high-paying career in a variety of fields. We are always developing new courses and programs in response to the communities we serve. We offer day, evening, and online courses, and you can now complete 7 curricular programs entirely online, including our university transfer degree. At Richmond Community College, we believe in helping you prepare for a better life. Richmond Community College, local college, big impact.
Willow Tree Antiques and Gifts is an occasional shop located at 122 South Hancock Street in Rockingham, North Carolina. We are open the first weekend of each month, Thursday through Saturday. We strive to offer unique selections of vintage, antique, handmade, and new goods. Each month we'll fill the shop with hand-picked home decor, furniture, and gifts. If you are looking for something out of the ordinary, then we're the place for you. You can find the shop dates and hours on our website at willowtreeantiquesandgifts.com. We would love to see you during our next occasional shop dates.
Today's Live at 5 weather report is brought to you by Todd's Computers, and it's not as cloudy as it was yesterday, so if you have any plans today that involves being outside, just make sure to put some sunscreen on, because the sun is probably definitely going to do something to your skin. But of course, going into tomorrow's weather, it's going to be another sunny day with some clouds. Just a little bit warmer than today, with Fayetteville at 83, low 62. Lumberton 82, 62, just like Rayford and Laurinburg, and also Bennettsville. And then going into areas like Southern Pines, closer to us, with a high 81 and a low of 63. Then we have Ellerby, high of 80, low 63. Rockingham 80, low 62. And Wadesville, exact same as Ellerby, with a high of 80 and a low 62. So tomorrow it's going to be fairly sunny with a few clouds here and there. And going into the 7-day forecast, a lot of you are probably wondering about the epicenter. So Thursday we'll have a high of 80, the low 62. It's going to be nice and sunny with a few clouds here and there. And so will Friday. So it looks like Friday the thunderstorms have gone away, which for me is great since that's the day I'm going. But it has a high of 80, low 64. Few clouds, but overall there will be no thunderstorms for Friday, so you're good to go if that's the day you're going. Now Saturday there is a 50% chance of thunderstorms. Hopefully that'll change just like Friday did, with a high 79, low 68. Sunday has a 70% chance, so it's a little debatable what's going to go on there, with the high 80 and low 65. And then Monday, of course, which is just a normal weekday, with 60%, no chance in the evening, high 75, low 57. And then Tuesday, the sun will be back with a few clouds, with a high 77, low 60. And then Wednesday, high of 81, low 64. Also no thunderstorms, just a few clouds here and there. But that's pretty much it for your Live 5 weather forecast. Make sure that when you go this weekend to the Epicenter, if you're going, bring sunblock, bring the water that you're, because I'm pretty sure you can only bring 1 bottle of water. And if you haven't already, download the Epicenter app, because it have a map of the whole area, and that'll be very, very helpful. But other than that, that's it for your Live 5 weather report. When we return, we get your RO Sports update, so stay tuned.
McNair Auto Sales is the place to buy your pre-owned car, truck, or van. To be the best, it takes big selection, friendly staff, and great pricing. We guarantee a no-hassle buying experience, and financing is available right on site. So come see us today. We're located at 1026 East Broad Avenue in Rockingham. And remember, with over 40 years of experience, you know McNair is the name you can trust.
At Richmond County Hospice, we strive to provide high-quality care to our patients and their families. Whether it's the incredible hospitality at the Haven House or from the comfort of your own home, you can count on hospice to be there for you. We also offer monthly grief support groups, and our chaplain will be there to hold your hand in prayer. Through our amazing staff and our volunteers, hospice has made difficult times easier for our community. Call the number on your screen if you feel that you or your loved one may benefit from our services. Richmond County Hospice. Peace, comfort, dignity.
For Richmond Senior High School head baseball coach Ricky Young, a win is a win no matter how long it takes. The number 10 Raiders hosted number 23 R.J. Reynolds High School on Tuesday in the opening round of the state playoffs. Richmond and the Demons played nearly 2 complete games, going 12 innings before the Raiders walked it off in the home half to earn Richmond a 3-2 victory. The game lasted 3 hours and 28 minutes. Senior second baseman Brett Young would help move his team onto the second round with a walk-off sacrifice fly to right field. His fly ball scored senior teammate Garrett Richardson, who led off the inning with an infield single to third base. Young is one of 12 seniors on this year's Richmond team, and he came through when the Raiders needed him most in what would serve as most likely his last career home game. The win gave the Raiders their 19th of the season, the second most they've earned since winning 20 games in 2016. Next up for Richmond will be number 7 Hugh High School, which had a bye in the first round. First pitch is set for 7 p.m. on Friday in Cornelius. Sophomore Jonathan Rich was the lone Raider golfer to qualify for the 2019 4A Midwest Regionals this season. Rich was joined by Raider head coach Keith Parsons at the regional round on Monday at Pinehurst Country Club No. 6 and teed off in the first threesome of the morning at 7:30 a.m. Through his 18 holes, Rich posted an 83. He notched a 42 on the front 9, followed by a 41 on the back. He missed the cut for the state tournament by 5 strokes, which was set at 78. Rich will join several of his teammates as juniors next season as the Raider golf program looks to climb in the conference standings. The LRB Middle School boys and girls soccer teams overcame late game ties Tuesday to advance to the Southeastern Middle School Athletic Conference Championship. The pair of victories marked the first time in 3 seasons the number 1 Wildcats and number 1 Lady Wildcats will be contending for a conference title. Both teams made it in 2017 but lost. Things didn't look good for the Wildcats, who went down 2-0 early in the first half of the number 4 East Hoke Eagles game, but the team would battle back with a 3-2 in a shootout. LRB will host number 3 Rockingham at 5 p.m. on Thursday in the SEM SAC title game. Wildcats defeated Rockets 5-1 in the regular season. Prior to the boys' win, the number 1 Lady Wildcats defeated number 5 Carter 2-1. The playoff game saw less offensive than LRB's 6-4 win over the Lady Eagles in the regular season. Both teams played a scoreless first half, with LRB's offense maintaining possession in Carver's end for most of the game. Several players put shots on frame for the Lady Wildcats, but Anderson's players couldn't find the net. The Lady Wildcats will also host number 3 Rockingham in the SEM SAC Championship game on Thursday at 4 p.m. During the regular season, the Lady Wildcats beat Rockingham 2-0. And that's going to do it for another edition of Live at 5. Be sure to stay up to date on all of the latest in Richmond County by going to richmondobserver.com or by downloading the free RO app for your mobile devices. And be sure to tune in to Good Morning Sand Hills Monday through Friday during their new time from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. For the Live at 5 crew, I'm Russell Parker. Thanks for watching and good night, Richmond County.